Hey everyone, I am coming to you live from our cabin here up at Sundance. Let me turn my camera around just so you can see where we are staying. So this is the cabin where we are staying right here, and that's our hot tub, and I am sitting here right by this amazing little river right here, and it is absolutely gorgeous. And of course I am wearing my jacket because it is freezing out here. So what most people don't know about how our program works is if you were to ever go work with a personal trainer or a nutritionist, they're all going to tell you the same exact thing, that you should be eating 6 small balanced meals a day where you are eating equal carbs and protein. And the reason why they're telling you to do that is because when you do that for longer than 5 days, this really magical thing happens in your body. All the unbalanced sugar gets out of your body, so then when you sleep at night, all of your systems can reset. Your thyroid glands, your adrenal glands, your metabolism, everything fires back online again because you've had no blood sugar spikes or drops throughout the day. So at night, your body goes into this rest and reset mode. This is why dietitians, nutritionists, and personal trainers all will tell you to eat like that, which is beautiful. And there's a lot of fad diets out there where they're trying to tell you to jack up your protein or jack up your fat, which it definitely will make you lose weight. But the reality is those are not ways to be sustainable long term. And that's all our program is eating every 3 hours with balanced carbs and protein. But the reality is 5 of the 6 of the times you eat on our program, they're already made for you. So it takes the thinking out of it. But what I kind of explain to people is, if I give you our program on a silver platter, you will lose weight, bottom line. It's just the science of how your body works and blood sugar. But then when life hits the fan, like it always does, you'll go right back to what you know, because all you did was change what was going on in going into your mouth. And I liken this very similar to an alcoholic. So we all know that an alcoholic can stop drinking for 30 to 90 days, and then they slowly go back to what they know because all they did was remove the alcohol from the equation. But when you take that alcoholic and they go in to AA, now they walk into AA, they link arms with a sponsor, or in our program, they link arms with me as a health coach, and now they do the hard mental work it takes to shift the triggers going on in their mind. So that's why I say, yes, you can change what goes into your mouth, but that normally only lasts for 90 days and you go back to what you know. And so with our program, what happens is you come in, you link arms with a sponsor, and you get these workbooks that help you figure out why you do what you do emotionally with food at a very deep level. Now, do all my clients do the work, or what I call the mental gymnastics or the consistent reps to stay eating healthy? They don't. It depends on how much they want to stay clean and keep their health moving forward. And I say clean as a relative term. Now, just like an alcoholic, alcoholics are going to have bumps in the road. They go into AA, they link arms with a sponsor, and they start doing the work it's going to take to truly change their long-term sobriety. And just like with our program, if you don't do the work mentally it takes, you know what? You're going to go to a Christmas party and those desserts are going to look great, and you're going to let your brain tell you it's just one night of eating unhealthy, and then you're going to get better tomorrow. But then you have all this sugar in your body, and now it takes time to detox that sugar out of your body. And so for me, when I started doing the workbooks, something that really opened my eyes was, it talked about how do you reward yourself with food? And the very next day, my kids had a soccer game. Each of them had soccer games. And we did what we've always told them is, hey, if you score a goal, we will take you to get a Slurpee after the game. And I was like, ding, 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 ding. Oh, no. I am teaching my kids in my own home what I work to repair with my clients, because food is not a reward. Food is a sustainable thing. And many people struggle, a lot of my clients, with food being a reward, food being an entertainment piece. And so by default, these are things that we work to shift if they choose to do the whole program. Now, I do have people that come in, they do our program, they eat the food, they lose the weight, and then they slowly gain the weight back because they didn't do the whole other part of the program, which is lean into the coach, lean into the emotional work that it's going to take to change those triggers. And then a couple weeks after I'd read those books, my daughter had liked this boy in school, and she basically was kind of like, okay, I'm done. It was like a texting relationship. And because she had ended it with him, her friends brought over brownies and Ben and Jerry's. And I was like, okay, my daughter just learned to cope with sadness with food. And so I got to have a really good dialogue with her, that not that she couldn't eat those things, but I didn't want her to attach the food to a coping mechanism, because that is what creates diet after diet after diet. Because you've had a bad day at work, you deserve to go to get a Ben and Jerry's. I am tired because my kid was up all night, I'm gonna go get a Frappuccino or whatever it is at Starbucks. And all of these things go on in our head, and that's what creates these cycles of yo-yo dieting. So I realized that when somebody was asking me what exactly I do, I hadn't really ever explained this out on Facebook about how our program is so different. And the other piece of the puzzle is, just like in AA, when you get clean and healthy enough, they give you the opportunity to pay it forward and become somebody else's sponsor. And they're so smart about this, because the reason why you become somebody else's sponsor is because it puts the level of accountability on you that you cannot put on yourself. And we know statistically that when you're learning something for yourself, you only retain about 20% of it. But when you teach it, you retain 80% of it. So that's why, and not all my clients do, just like not every person that goes to AA becomes somebody else's sponsor, but I always hope that my clients will turn into a coach just to help their mother, their brother, their sister, a neighbor, what have you, because when they help somebody else, it only strengthens their journey and their learning about their triggers and what they really want long term. So I hope that kind of helps make sense why what I do is not a diet, because yes, you can shift what you put in your mouth. That's the easy part. But when you don't work on what goes on in here, you're going to shift to what you think is the next best thing, because this didn't work. Well, we all know Atkins maybe didn't work for you. Weight Watchers didn't work for you. Paleo didn't work for you. We all have this list of things that didn't work for us. But what's the common denominator? It's us. So when you think about it, look at your past and why you maybe struggle with your own weight or your health. What's the common denominator? Was what you were doing working? Almost everything we do works because you're shifting your caloric intake, you're removing the sugar. They all work, but you stopped working it because your brain got in the way, and so you chose out because it was too hard, or you were going to start next week, and then that turned into next month, and that turned into next year and 28 pounds more. So if anything I'm saying here resonates with you, I would love for you to comment and just let me know kind of if this has shifted your thinking about when you've dieted in the past, why you actually quit, and whether or not it was what you were putting in your mouth that wasn't working for you, or if it was your brain that wasn't working for you. So hope you are all having a great Friday night, enjoying your whatever you're doing with your family or friends, and hope this video spoke a little bit to you, and just message me or comment with any thoughts. Thanks. Bye.